When I first entered the monastery, I thought I had left my ego behind at the gate. I shaved my head, wore the robes, and imagined myself as a humble servant of truth. But very soon I realized that the ego is not something you can abandon so easily. It hides in subtle places. It can live in the pride of being humble, in the desire to be recognized for being spiritual, even in the silent thought, I am above others because I have no ego. Ego is clever. It doesn't just shout, it whispers. And the greatest mistake we make is thinking it lives only in arrogance. In truth, it lives in our constant need to prove ourselves, to defend ourselves, to be seen as right, superior, or important. Story or lesson 1. I remember once during my early training, another monk was given the role I thought I deserved. My mind began to argue, but I worked harder, I am more disciplined, I should be recognized. That is the voice of ego, and when I listened, I lost my peace. But when I let go, I realized the role itself was never important. My attachment to recognition was the only thing causing suffering. The ego makes us believe happiness lies in winning, in being admired, in always standing out. But have you noticed? Even after you achieve those things, the hunger does not end. The applause fades, the title changes, the comparison continues. Ego is like a fire. You can feed it endlessly and it will still burn for more. So how do we end the rule of ego? Not by crushing it, but by seeing it clearly. Awareness is the medicine. Every time you feel the need to prove yourself, pause. Ask, am I acting from love or from ego? When someone criticizes you, instead of rushing to defend, breathe. Sometimes silence says more than 1,000 arguments. One of my teachers once told me, when the ego ends, life begins. Because only then can we truly see others as equals, not as competitors. Only then can we listen deeply without preparing our next defense. Only then can we serve without secretly asking for applause. Lesson 2. There is a story of a king who invited a wise monk to his palace. The king asked, "Teach me humility." The monk handed him a cup of water and said, "Pour." The king poured until the cup was full. The monk said, "Keep pouring." The water spilled everywhere. The king shouted, "It is overflowing." The monk replied, "So is your ego. Until you empty yourself, no wisdom can enter." Our ego is like that overflowing cup. It leaves no space for truth, love, or peace. When we empty it, even for a moment, we discover a joy far greater than the fleeting pleasure of recognition. The end of ego is not the end of identity, it is the beginning of freedom. Imagine living a life where criticism does not shatter you, where praise does not control you, where comparison no longer steals your joy. That is possible, but it begins with one simple step: awareness. So today I invite you to pause. Notice the voice of ego when it rises. Smile at it, do not fight it. Gently let it go. Because when ego ends, your true self, peaceful, compassionate, unshakable, finally begins to shine. If this message touched your heart, take a deep breath, reflect for a moment, and share it with someone who might need to hear it. And if you wish to walk further on this journey of mindfulness and growth, subscribe and join me each week as we uncover life's deepest lessons together.